Now, into the ticket office of Disneyland.
Oh boy, let's do this. Don't think the CIA is going to be trying to hack your second-gen iPod.
I didn't think so. There might have been a lot of illegal music on there. I wouldn't doubt it. But, I mean,
I can't look at it and see anything other than like a self-inflicted colonoscopy.
Behind-the-scenes camera crap.
iTunes is a constant source of embarrassment.
I'm just so used to barfing right now.
I am ashamed to live in this world.
I am Nadella.
I can't do it anymore without laughing. I was going to do the whole thing. Welcome, everyone, to the Calling All Platforms podcast. I am your host, Wes, and I'm here with Landon.
Hello.
And Caleb.
Yay!
And we are here to talk all things tech this week. Probably more gaming news because...
Yeah, for the most part.
But we still have a couple things to talk about. At least that's what, Caleb has told me. He's like, I want to talk about a few things, dang it, other than games.
Do I?
I don't know.
Is that what I said? I don't know.
I mean,
I'm ambivalent.
You say things, sometimes we listen. Who knows?
Sometimes I listen. That's fair.
True. Well, tell you what, Mr. I always listen. Why don't you take it away?
Okay. Well, I do listen, listener. I listened exactly enough this week to find out that Apple released a new product. Okay, no, I guess we kind of knew that was coming last week. So, Apple has introduced the AirPods Max on Tuesday, as predicted. Basically, unceremoniously dumping them onto the store during the night.
True.
So, basically, what they are is closed-backed, premium aluminum headphones, which is weird, featuring the standard range of your like AirPods Pro features like active noise canceling, adaptive equalizer, spatial audio, transparency mode. They're also claiming high fidelity audio that I'm skeptical of just as a matter of principle. They charge via USB-C and control with a button that you use to switch between modes on the headphones and a digital crown style dial that's used for volume and track navigation stuff. They're available in 5 colors, which are gray, silver, blue, green, and pink, with a frankly bizarre headband and fully aluminum backing onto the ear cup. That is a design around which I am, again, kind of skeptical. In probably an effort to justify the Max name, they also weigh almost 400 grams, which is nearly double the weight of their direct feature competitors in the consumer space. If you want to find headphones over-ear cans heavier than that, you have to go into like serious audiophile gear. They're available for pre-order. Well, actually, they were available for pre-order when they went live. They're now shipping to customers, so, they should begin arriving on the 15th, which by the time you're listening to this podcast, it's probably the 15th. So there you go.
Unless you order them now, then you won't get them until March.
Right. That's true.
Oof.
That's true.
Because they apparently only made 10.
And they also cost $550. So apparently Apple doesn't actually think they're competing in the consumer space with these things. Generally my take is I am skeptical until I have heard from somebody whose opinion I respect that the audio quality actually is at least low-end audiophile grade audio, because at $550, that's what it has to be in order to justify the price.
Honestly, I think it has to be even better than low-end high, that, yeah.
I mean, if you want a good set of like super neutral, extremely isolating audiophile grade cans, you're probably going to be paying $500 for them at the low end. Like,
yeah,
it's when you're going for real audiophile gear, it's expensive. Like, it is just expensive. So yeah, they come with a case, quote unquote, called the Smart Case, which is basically just a little leather wrap for the ear cups.
Let's call it what it is. It's a bra.
It's a bra. That's true. It is a bra for the headphones.
It's not even protective.
Like, when you put it, so that's the thing. This thing looks like a bra for the headphones, but when you put the headphones in the bra, they actually look like a tiny little handbag. It's adorable.
It's something.
So
wow.
Yeah, I don't know. The band design for the way the cushion across the top of the head works looks like it's probably really comfortable, but it also looks super bizarre. I don't know. I think they're weird, but until I get independent third-party reviews, I am not going to necessarily say they're not worth $550. I just am having a really hard time imagining how they could possibly justify that price.
Yeah. I am really glad that they didn't call them AirPods Studios.
Yes.
Because no studio engineer is going to use anything like this.
I mean, they're still Bluetooth.
They're Bluetooth. If you want to use them with the wire, you got to buy an adapter that they will sell you for $35.
Yeah, that was weird.
I just, yeah.
And even if you do buy the adapter and use them wired, they're still like each cup of the headphones has an H1 audio processing chip in it.
Yeah.
So it is processing the audio as it comes in, which is probably how they're getting what they can call or what they claim is high fidelity audio across a Bluetooth signal, because Bluetooth is the compression necessary to pipe audio over Bluetooth means that it's lossy. You lose information from the songs, and you have to do computational work on the headphone side to improve the audio back to its original state. So that's what the H1 is doing, but that definitely means that nobody in a studio wants to hear that. Like, they don't want their headphones processing the audio for them. They don't want an adaptive equalizer or anything like that. They want just straight analog sound. And yeah,
and that's also like the reason why these are not made for the audiophile either.
For the most part,
because everything I've seen now, again, this is just from what I've read, from what people have been saying at the moment with hands-on, but there's no way to customize the EQ at all. It's all adaptive. And if that's the only option they have, it's definitely not for the audiophile person, which is one of the only type of persons that's going to be paying this much for headphones.
Yeah. I feel like Apple, I don't know, they occasionally release a product that is so far up their own butts that I can't look at it and see anything other than like a self-inflicted colonoscopy. Basically, I feel like they have released this thing for $550 because they know that some subset of their users are dumb enough to buy it.
And it's proof because it's sold out quickly.
They sold out of their entire stock with like their entire current stock that would be able to deliver by the 15th in a day, like less than a day. And now, like you said, the orders have been pushed back into March and beyond for some of the color options. So it's this, like these, the wheels for the Mac Pro. It's products like these that I just look at Apple and I'm like, guys, what? Whatever. Like, I'm not dumb enough to buy it. Most people aren't dumb enough to buy it, and the people that are dumb enough to buy it, I honestly kind of feel like they deserve to get ripped off. So whatever.
Yeah.
Listener,
I mean, I remember when we were talking about these previously, when there was just rumors, we were expecting $350 to $400 for them.
Yeah.
And that would, you give us this product for that price, that's fine.
Yeah. Seems
Make
like
it $150, $200 cheaper. That's a decent price for the person that they're aiming for this product. That's the price. Because in reality, they need to compete with the Bose Quiet Comfort series.
Yeah.
And Sony's.
The Sonys.
The new Sonys that everyone's raving about.
Yeah, those things are great.
So, but these don't compete in price or in a lot of just normal headphone features. Like, they don't fold up.
Yeah.
Like, so like the case, the case itself is just really.
Yeah.
There's no power switch on the thing. You can't turn them off.
You have to put them in the case to turn them off.
You have to put them in the case to to put them in low battery mode, which is what they're calling off. But it's kind of, I don't know.
Which would be okay if the case was an actual protective case.
Which it's not.
Right.
So you don't want to travel with these.
No.
Because again, no protective case and no folding ability. So really, the commuter on the subway? Who is this for?
It's for people who have too much money and don't know what to spend it on.
And only spend it on Apple stuff.
Basically, it's for the idiots that bought the base model Mac Pro. and thought that I've got a Mac Pro. It's like, no, you have a giant waste of money. That's what you have. I'm sorry. The base model Mac Pro was so underpowered for what it was like for the price that it's not even funny, but you were paying for the manufacturing and R&D work that went into making an amazing motherboard and case for the people who bought the expensive ones, who actually got a computer that was worth the money that they paid for it. Whereas if you bought a base model Mac Pro, I don't even know what you were smoking, but like, must have been pretty good. Can I have some? I don't...
Yeah. The only thing I can hope for is that this is a high-end model that they're coming out with, and that they come out with the AirPods Sport or something different that's an plastic frame, like an Apple plastic, so it'd be nice, good quality, but something that basically is actually competing with Beats, I guess. So in that sense, they're probably not going to come out with that.
Nope, because they're already selling the Beats there.
But the problem with the Beats is they don't have all the technology in this, which is what is the real selling point here. Is you get all the cool features that come from the AirPods Pro in this, and that's the cool thing. That's the only. Well, I don't know. That's the only reason why I would buy something from like this.
God, I don't know. Listener, we haven't heard these things. We don't know anybody who has heard these things yet, who has had a chance to like objectively evaluate them yet. The time hasn't been there. But I have a really hard time seeing how these could possibly justify a cost of $550. So, and that's kind of like, that's where my opinion sits on it right now. I am extremely skeptical.
Also, I want to make a correction. It charges via Lightning.
Oh, does it?
It's a USB-C to Lightning cable that's in the box.
Did I say yes? Yep,
it's a Lightning port on the headphones, which is also retarded.
That's true. No, that is what I meant to say. That's just not what I wrote down. I just wrote USB cable, which
it does.
There is a USB-C to Lightning cable in the box, but you're right. It is a Lightning port on the headphones.
Which is why you would need the adapter to plug it in, because unless you're plugging it into your MacBook Pro or your MacBook, because it has USB-C.
Yeah, I mean, even still, that's. I mean,
I don't get it.
Let's just put it this way: these don't seem like audiophile grade headphones,
no,
just at first blush, but they cost audiophile grade prices. So,
yeah,
interesting.
I mean, the features are not what audiophiles want. The features are what general consumers want, which is why they put them in the AirPods.
Right. But this is not a general consumer price.
Exactly.
So what? But
it's
at the same time,
weird.
I frequently don't know who Apple's consumers are, because I look at the prices for some of their devices that, well, okay, $700 for a set of 4 wheels. I don't know.
But that's not the average consumer. That's their pro consumer. This doesn't even go to the pro consumer, because, again, the adaptive EQ, the people that would want high fidelity headphones are the ones that are buying the Mac Pros because they need that power and they need the processing that it gives you, and the ones that need high fidelity headphones really aren't using headphones when it comes to that stuff. They have tower monitors on their desk.
Yeah, they have studio monitors sitting around.
Sound good, and yes, I don't know.
Yep.
The other thing I really don't like about these is the digital crown.
You know, I'm okay with the digital crown. I feel like where they put it was weird. Like, it's up on top of one of the ear cups, and I'm not a fan of that. If they put it on the side of one of the ear cups, like towards the bottom, or just directly on the bottom, or maybe on the back where you could hit it with your thumb, that would feel more natural to me. But up on top where you pretty much have to use like a finger to, I don't know. That doesn't feel quite right to me.
They can't hide it on the side.
So
it's
don't
less
hide
aesthetically it. That's not the Apple way. It's got to be aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, but it's a digital crown. The digital crown is aesthetically pleasing. I honestly think it's actually one of the like most distinguished, best looking features about the Apple Watch. Otherwise, it's just a rectangle.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I just wish they would have put some sort of, like how the Surface headphones are with a giant touch thing on the side.
I mean, yeah.
It makes more sense to me, and it's much more usable. Having a small teeny button that you have to turn to do certain things. I'm like, why?
It's not that small, if we're honest. It's way bigger than the digital crown on the watch.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to be as small as the one on the watch, but it's still small.
And I've heard good things about the Surface's like touch controls. Like the controls themselves are very well thought out, very intuitive. I have heard some less than good things about the touch surfaces on the actual ear cups. Like when they're working properly, the touch controls are great and everything works intuitively. It functions how you would expect it to, and that's really nice. But the touch surfaces themselves, I had to look up what it was exactly I was reading, because it wasn't necessarily saying that they were like defective or that it was like a longevity issue or something like that, but just that the firmware was buggy and needed to be patched out, which maybe it has been since then, because this was close to the release of the second set of their over-ear headphones. So I don't know. I look into that more. But
and that's the type of thing I would trust Apple to do right and do well.
I mean, Apple does interface design pretty darn well. That's
like the way you get around that is you basically put their touchpad on the side of this thing. It's almost large enough. Or their trackpad. Like you put the trackpad from the MacBook Air on the side of this thing, and there you go.
True.
That seems like overkill, but yeah.
Well, these headphones are overkill. What do you
here's the thing, Landon. If they did that, then it would cost $700.
Yeah, that's true.
Ouch.
But I'm not buying them anyway, so, put all the features in it. Give me everything. I will say, though, one thing that I really, really do like about these headphones is the way you replace, like, the cups on them.
Yeah.
Are magnetic. So instead of, like, trying to unfold it or peel it off, to replace the cups, which is something you always have to do with these type of headphones. Eventually the cups are going to wear down, and you're going to want to replace them. These are just magnetic, and they pop on and off, and that is really cool.
Yep. And if you want to, like, mix and match colors, you can totally buy just sets of the little fabric to replace them with. They cost $69.
Yeah, I do. I really wish that they would have had the option to custom order when you order them.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that because it's Apple. They don't let you do things like that.
You can get them engraved. Does that help?
That price?
No, it's free.
No, that's free.
Getting Apple devices engraved from the factory or from Apple is actually free.
Should have died with the iPod.
Yeah, but you can still do it to iPads. I
don't know anybody that's done it since the iPods.
Yeah, that's fair. But it never went away. Any of their aluminum-backed mobile devices, you can do that.
I think you can even do it on a watch, can't you?
Can you? Maybe you can. I know you can't do it on the phones anymore because of the glass backs, but...
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know.
That's really interesting.
Anyways, that's all of the Apple news, and that's actually all of my tech news. So... just headphones.
Cool. Yeah, that was quite the shocker when I saw that. I think I saw someone break it down. They're like, these headphones are worth $300 and Apple tax is $200, $250.
Yeah, like that's the thing. When you look at the AirPods Pro and you're like, oh man, that's actually like a really compelling. They're expensive for sure, but they are feature rich and really convenient and easy to use, and that's great. These things have the same feature-rich design in a form factor that should justify them costing maybe $50 to $100 more max. These should be no more than $350. And yet, here we are. They're $550. Whatever. Apple, whatever.
Ouch.
Yeah, because I look at the AirPods Pro, and I think they are, in my opinion, I think they're a little overpriced at $250. I think a $200 price tag on those would be justifiable for the features you get, but there's the Apple tax, there's that, and I get it. They're still really nice for $250. I'm not going to complain too much about it, but yeah, these ones for $550. Oh, that's a lot.
It's rough.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's move on. Hey, Landon, what you got for us today?
All right. Google News, actual Google News. So, first one, I was initially excited about this. So, I read an article, or I read a headline that basically said YouTube TV subscribers are able to get a free Chromecast with Google TV. That's their newest Chromecast with the remote and the Google TV interface. I'm like, oh, sweet. I just need to wait for the email. And I went to my email, checked out all the YouTube TV emails that I've gotten in the past week. And I'm like, oh, it's not there. I guess I'll wait. And then I found another article that gave a little more detail to this. Apparently, you have to have been subscribed since June 1st of 2018, which I get. They want to give people that have been subscribed for a long time some reason to stay, because they've just been raising prices on us since then.
Yeah.
And then I had to go and look. I'm like, okay, when did I subscribe? I subscribed in September of 2018. I'm like, oh, so close.
Bummer.
So close. So, no, I will not be getting a free Chromecast with Google TV, which I'm fine with. I have a Roku TV. I don't need one. I just wanted it. It's free. I mean, I would take a free one any day.
Free is nice.
Yeah.
So, but, listener, if you are one of those people that have had YouTube TV since June 1st of 2018 or before, and you also did not either pause your subscription or cancel it or anything like that, then look out for this email. If you haven't already gotten it, you could be getting a new free gift from Google.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, very. All right, next little bit of news is actually some pretty decent news. You can now use Apple Music on Google Assistant smart speakers.
Yep.
Now, you may be wondering, well, I could do that before. And yes, technically you could if you were to cast the audio from your device to the speaker. But now you can set Apple Music as your default music service on a Nest Home Mini, Google Home Mini, all that stuff. So you can just say, hey, G, play this song, and it'll play on Apple Music. This is joining a list of now a pretty substantial amount of services. Well, I guess there's 5, but that's pretty decent. It's got YouTube Music, Spotify, Pandora, and Deezer, along with this new Apple Music service that you can use with that. And I think that is good.
Yeah.
That is.
Always having more options is better. And because there's not a ton of people that use YouTube Music. The people that I know do aren't a huge fan.
Yeah.
And they do begrudgingly because they were using Google Play Music and it unceremoniously died this past week. I just switched everything over to Spotify. I'm like, if I can't use Google Play anymore, I'm just going to leave.
That's
fair enough.
And Spotify, it works really nicely. So, all right. The next thing that I wanted to mention is this week, Google released a new update to its Pixel phones. Sadly, it is the last one for the Pixel 2 era of phones.
Aww.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. But if you have a 3 or newer, that should be there. Also, this one included one of the Pixel feature drops that they've been doing recently. And this basically is bringing some of the Pixel 5/Pixel 4a 5G features to older devices. Now, these features that are coming, not all of them are coming to all the phones, but most of the features are coming to all the phones. So some of these features are the Hold For Me feature. So this is the one where if you get put on hold, you could say, hold for me. There's a little toggle there, and it will alert you when someone comes back, which is really nice. I'm not going to lie, that would be awfully convenient. Now, I did hear that this doesn't work for just any number. I think that someone was trying this out, and it only worked with like 800 numbers.
Oh.
Like 1-800 type numbers. Like they tried calling their friend, and they put them on hold, and it didn't work with just any number.
Right.
So say you get put on hold by the doctor's office or your kid's school or something like that. It won't necessarily work for that, unfortunately. At least not at the moment. I think it should just be a generic, any number you get put on hold, you can have this as an option. That would be nice.
That is.
But it is there now for Pixel 3 and newer. Also, Extreme Battery Saver is coming. Screen sharing in duo group calls. And I like this idea because, say you have a grandparent or a parent that is having a hard time figuring out how to do certain things on their phone, you can either share your screen with them and show them how to do it, or they can share their screen with you in a duo call, and you can talk them through how to do certain things on their phone.
That is cool.
I like that. Instead of just trying to talk over the phone about it, you can actually show them, which is much easier in most cases.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is cool.
Other things that are coming to all the phones is contextual translation. The now playing playlist export. Now, what that is basically if you have the now playing thing on your phone, it can listen to any music that's around you, and it will tell you what that song is, and it'll save a playlist in YouTube Music, and you can export that playlist to other services if you want. And that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Also, there's new wallpapers and new home screen customizations and stuff that are coming to all the devices. That's kind of standard in any update. Things that are only coming to the Pixel 4 and 4a is the adaptive charging. And I really wish this would come to more phones just in general. So what this is, basically, is when you plug your phone in a lot of cases, it just wants to charge as fast as it can to get to 100, and then it just sits there. That's not the best thing for your battery to just sit there. So what adaptive charging does is it'll get it up to around 80%, and then over time it can learn when you are going to take it off the charger and whatnot, and then that last 20 however many minutes before you unplug it, it'll then get up to 100, and that's better for your battery. So I like that. I wish they need to put this just in Android in general.
Yeah.
So it's just there across the board on all of them. But at least it's on some of the phones. So
I mean, it does weird stuff sometimes. Like my iPhone does it. And this morning when I pulled it off the charger, it had a little thing saying, phone is scheduled to finish fully charging at 9 a.m. or something. I'm like, I am never asleep until 9 a.m. Like, what the crap? Where did you get that
you
from?
need more sleep, Caleb.
Maybe that's it. It's all like, dude, sleep in. Come on.
I mean, if that were the case, though, it would also be telling me I definitely need more sleep because, I don't get very much sleep at all. But that's all the new features in this Pixel feature drop. There's quite a few, more than normal, I think. But it's nice that they're doing this and bringing some of these newer features to older phones, which is nice. That's all of my tech news for this week.
Awesome. Got some new features. Glad they don't cost $550. That's good.
Well, if you want the new phone and for all the features, then it will cost you a little bit. But,
True.
You're also getting a phone that's usable for a lot of scenarios, not just
a pair of headphones
with a bra attachment.
With a bra. Just be like, hey, can I get a bra for this phone at all? Or okay.
I bet you can.
You can go down a rabbit hole on the internet, but I doubt.
I was going to say, listener, I would not recommend you Google that.
Please have your search filter on strict. Appreciate that.
And probably go in incognito mode when you do it too.
Just in case.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and let's move on. There wasn't very, very much actual Microsoft news going on. There hasn't been for a while. They've been kind of, I guess, looking at buying other companies. So nothing's really come up on there. So we're going to go ahead and move into some gaming.
Well, hang on, Wes. There was one piece of Microsoft news that I did want to make sure got mentioned, mostly because I just want to make fun of Microsoft for a second. If you don't mind.
No, please.
So the latest insider build for Windows 10 on ARM has enabled the ability to emulate 64-bit
Oh, yes,
regular
that's right.
apps, or x86 apps.
Right.
So you can now do that. But prior to this, it was only 32-bit apps, and we talked about that and stuff like that. And what's really interesting to me is that, Microsoft's history with x86 emulation on ARM has been, shall we say, not great.
No,
to this
not
point.
good at
It's
all.
that the apps tend to be pretty like they run. Yes, you can say that they do start and operate, but not well. They're lousy.
Yeah.
Now, that's what we're kind of expecting with the 64-bit apps. And here's the best part. Somebody installed Windows 10 on ARM, virtualized it actually on an M1 powered Mac, and then ran Microsoft's emulated 32-bit apps in that. Actually turns out that setup, virtualizing Windows in Mac OS to do emulation of x86 apps in Windows, is faster than running it directly on a Surface Pro X. So, Microsoft,
You are right.
you have. I'm not even sure I necessarily want to blame this on Microsoft as much as Qualcomm, like going to Microsoft and saying, yes, this is a desktop class processor, and Microsoft went, okay, and then Apple came along and was like, no, it's not, guys. That's a phone processor. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
I did see that. I'm glad you mentioned it. I did see that. I forgot to mention.
Yeah, it's and like I said, am I making fun of Microsoft? Yes, obviously. I always make fun of Microsoft. Am I also mostly making fun of Qualcomm? Very possibly. Maybe this is Qualcomm's fault, and but just saying, Apple did it. It works.
Yes, there's many articles and things you want to. If you want to see that, you can definitely find that. It is pretty hilarious. Okay, now we'll move on to some gaming news here. So over this week, there was a Game Award show. They call it the Game Awards 2020.
Yes.
I wasn't going to talk about who won this and that because
No. Who
Yeah.
cares?
no one cares.
You-
But
You play
But
the
I-
games you enjoy, listener. That's what you do.
Yes,
And
like,
and we're not here to
just-
judge.
enjoy your games. Yeah. So they did announce quite a few things at the Game Awards, but I just wanted to mention a few on there, starting with they announced Perfect Dark.
Yep.
Now, this is not coming from Rare, so little history. So Rare had the license IP back in the Nintendo 64 for 007 GoldenEye.
Yep.
Then the follow-up to that was they created Perfect Dark.
Which is basically exactly the same game as GoldenEye, but with everything perfected.
Yes.
Like it's GoldenEye was great. GoldenEye was a landmark title. It was a fantastic piece of work, but Perfect Dark is that, except everything is just better.
yes.
So
Anyhow, GoldenEye was perfect.
You should go back and play
GoldenEye
it.
was perfect. Granted, I haven't really played very many first-person shooters since then, but it was perfect.
True.
I'm just gonna wait. What was? Oh crap! What? I can't even remember his name now. The short dude.
Odd job.
It does not
Odd
narrow
job.
it down.
There. I'm just gonna odd job, and I'm out of the conversation now.
You're out of the conversation.
Odd job was broken.
So that was Rare, and because Rare is owned by Microsoft, and now the Initiative is owned by Microsoft. The Initiative are the ones that are making this the game. So they decided to come out with an announcement trailer. Got it. Blew everybody's minds that's been a fan, which is cool.
I feel like it's worth mentioning that this is not like a remaster, listener. This is a remake, right? They're not going to try and take an N64 first-person shooter and remaster that for modern computers and consoles. They're going to just build it from scratch.
Yes. So this is a brand new entry into the series.
So don't worry. This is not Perfect Dark remastered. This is new Perfect Dark.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool trailer. If you're a fan, you'll definitely enjoy it. All right, let's move on. The next one is Back 4 Blood. So Turtle Rock, they have some former developers of Left 4 Dead, the Left 4 Dead game, which was a co-op shooter. This is a co-op zombie shooter, I should say.
The original co-op zombie shooter. In fact.
Yeah, the one that started it all.
Yep. And holy crap, that's a popular genre. It's weird.
It is. And so they are now at a company called Turtle Rock, and they are making a game called Back for Blood, which is a co-op zombie shooter.
4-person co-op zombie shooter. Sound familiar? Should. And I'm pretty sure Turtle Rock were the developers of the original Left 4 Dead. Like Valve did Left 4 Dead 2 after purchasing the IP, I think. But I think Turtle Rock did the original.
Okay, I don't know that. I thought Valve just always had it. I could be. I don't know.
I think that's the case. Because it was about the same time, I think, that they bought the Defense of the Ancients IP from whoever was modding that for Warcraft.
Right. I don't know.
Like they were in a purchasing frenzy, and they bought stuff, and then they remade it, and they made a second version of it and made it better and made it excellent back when Valve still developed games.
We're too old for that now. We're old when we knew when Valve made games.
Oh, dang it, Valve.
Yeah. The next one I wanted to bring up was I want to make sure I say this correctly, but the Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, this one is actually if you're a fan of Dead Space, a lot of people were. This is in that vein. It's actually from the same creator, Glenn Schofield, and his studio that they're coming out with. So there's a lot of things that people were pointing out saying, hey, there's a lot of Dead Space things into this, which, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. There was a gameplay trailer of Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, which is supposed to be basically just like Warhammer Vermintide. This was just set in the future. It's
It's just the 40K version of Vermintide.
Yes. So if you are interested in that, that one looks like to be a good one. All right, let's talk about the next one I did want to talk about because I am a big fan of it. I'm very excited for. I enjoy the story. Is Dragon Age. They came out with an official teaser of this, which was a pretty cool teaser, I thought. BioWare just kind of came out with that one and just saying, yeah, we're working on it, which is exciting because the last one came out at the very beginning of the last console generation, which was 2013, 2014.
Yeah. It's
been a while. I mean, I think it actually released on the 360. It was between the...
Yes.
So I'm excited to have for that personally because I've enjoyed that game. Moving on. Also, BioWare is coming out with another Mass Effect. Now, we did talk about they are remastering the first 3, which is the Legendary Mass Effect Collection, which is coming out. So if you want to revisit those, you can. And they released a teaser trailer on a new Mass Effect as well.
It was the most teasery of trailers too. There's like nothing actually there.
Yeah, but I mean they've got to be careful with this one.
I mean it's basically to the same kind of teaser trailer that we got for Elder Scrolls 6, which was essentially just saying, "Hey, we're making a game that is going to be in the Elder Scrolls." Like that's it. That's all you get to know. They did have a logo. It was basically the Elder Scrolls 5 logo, except it said 6 instead of 5. That was it.
Yep. So look forward to that. The next one, I never really, I know of the Ark game and I've played on it. I've dabbled with it. I don't know a lot of the story. This one just caught my eye just because Vin Diesel is in now.
Yeah.
His likeness is in the new Ark 2.
That's freaking weird. I gotta say.
Yeah.
So Ark is a survival sandbox game. Apparently Ark 2, it looks like they're going to be like moving away from that.
More story driven.
Yeah. Which is probably good because let's be honest, the survival sandbox has kind of played itself out. I feel like. There's a lot of them. There are so many of them.
There's a lot.
And Ark was one of the earlier ones, and it's actually one of the better ones, I would say. I've played it. It's good, for sure. if you like a survival sandbox. But yeah, I think going towards something a little bit more not that.
Yeah.
Trying to differentiate, that's good.
So moving on, one that I was kind of interested in, I wanted to keep tabs on, is called Evil West. So you're hunting vampires and other types of monsters in the Wild West.
Yeah. I think this one, originally we saw a trailer for this one at one of the PS5 events back before they actually revealed the PS5. And they had those events.
I think so. Yeah.
There were just like a whole bunch of game trailers and stuff. I believe we saw Evil West at that one, and it looks interesting, but yeah, dark fantasy Western stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like kind of that Red Dead Undead, or what do they call it? Red Dead Redemption's Undead thing.
Yeah.
But yet,
yeah.
And that was very popular. So
it was actually, yeah.
I think that'd be fun. So 2 add-ons to games that I did want to mention that were announced. First one was, if you are a Super Smash Brothers fan and also a Final Fantasy fan, boy, you got some fan service for the next fighter coming in. Sephiroth is joining Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that should be good.
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool. I have Super Smash. I kind of dabble in it every once in a while with a new fighter. Like the last fighter, which was really interesting, is they had Steve and Alex from Minecraft.
Yeah, that's right.
It's different. But this one will be kind of one that I might just play just because of nostalgia and
right.
Just why not?
Yeah, that's fair.
The next thing I did want to mention, Master Chief joins Fortnite.
Yeah.
What's really funny about this is there's a lot of people that are now doing emotes and things with Master Chief holding Kratos' axes from God of War, because now Kratos is in Fortnite.
Right.
And you can mix and match skins, but then they also have Kratos and Master Chief dancing together and just like, look, we're having fun. And so
yeah,
it's kind of funny.
You know, I've got to say, this is probably not exactly how Microsoft intended Master Chief to land on the new series of Xboxes.
You are correct. I didn't think about that.
So that's sad.
But moving on from there. So, but those are the big main ones that I kind of want to talk about. Obviously, there are a lot more, and if you do want to know who won, what awards were given out, you can definitely look on there.
I mean,
I'm
if
not sure
if you really want to know who won, it was The Last of Us Part 2. Basically, they won everything, so whatever.
Oh, really?
It was they won like, I don't know, 6 or 7 awards, something like that. It was pretty big.
Well, let's go ahead and move on from the award show. I did want to bring up, speaking of Halo and Master Chief not landing on the Xbox when they wanted to on the new ones, they did talk about 343 did talk about when Halo Infinite will release, and they're going to release it on fall of 2021. A lot of people say they might do it in the winter on November, I want to say it was 15th or 20th, because that would be the 20-year anniversary of Halo Combat Evolved. So maybe.
That's rough. That's like a year after the consoles launched. This was supposed to be a launch title. Like, holy cow.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they've given screenshots. They've given a lot of things that they feel like they can give to try and get hype. I know I haven't kept too much tabs. I want to play it, but I'm trying to, I don't know, stay out of it a little.
That's fair.
Makes sense. Let's go ahead and let's move on. One app that I did want to mention, that's the Xbox Family Setting app. If you currently have this app, or if you don't have it, I would recommend getting it if you have children. 2 features that they have added to this for your phone. One is pause screen time. So before, you would just allot time and you could never like stop it, or you just have to say 0. You couldn't just pause it. So this was a big thing. So in case like you stop it for your kids, like even in the middle, you can just say pause. Okay, go do your chores, like from your phone. So pretty cool feature.
Yeah.
The next one I'm glad that they've brought in is a feature I know that's on other parenting apps for other devices is ask to buy. Pretty much they have to ask you to buy certain things or spend money, and you can allot a certain amount or whatever in the app now, so which is really nice. So just want to update on that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's move on. Minecraft this last week has released the RTX for public use on the Bedrock edition for PC currently. I wanted to verify. I was kind of looking more to be like, well, if I thought they had some RTX stuff on the Xbox Series X and S, they currently have those locked on the game in there currently. So right now, if you do have Minecraft on PC, the Bedrock version, which is the normal version that people have now, you can actually go in and turn that on. I would it does a big thing, or it does have a warning saying if you do not have a 30 plus series, your frames are cut in half. So
yeah, well, I mean, that's assuming you have a 20 series, because if you don't have a 20 series, then it won't do anything.
Right, you can't enable it, but that is there. They also have launched a bunch of maps that you can download for free that really help RTX. Basically, there's RTX enabled maps on there on the marketplace, so you can check those out. Pretty cool, pretty exciting. I mean, I've seen some video footage of that, and that's crazy. It
does look so good.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and move on a little bit. From here, let's talk about more of December's Xbox Game Pass things that are coming. Right now, Mork Red, I believe that's how you say that. Yes, Mork Red, which is a physics-based co-op puzzle game that is coming to PC, console, and Android on December 15th. Because it's on every other platform, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition will be on Game Pass for cloud gaming and console.
Oh my gosh.
So if you don't own it,
how do you not own it?
I mean, it's on everything.
Point?
Like
it's
on your what is it? Amazon.
It's on your freaking Alexa. Like, come on.
Yeah. December 17th for PC is Among Us.
Hey.
So if you haven't joined into this big craze on whether you're on a mobile phone or even on Steam, you can, if you have Game Pass, it'll be coming to on December 17th, and you can hop in and dabble with from 4 to 10 players.
Sweet.
Which is
a fun game, actually.
It is.
I like it.
I've messed on it too. So let's see. Moving on. Beholder, the complete edition, is coming to cloud gaming and console. Code Vein is coming to cloud gaming and console. The Dark Pictures anthology, Man of, I want to say Medan. It's coming to PC. Monster Train, console. MotoGP 20 is coming to cloud gaming, console, and PC. My Friend Pedro, that one is coming to cloud gaming. And Neoverse, cloud gaming and console. And then Wilmot's Warehouse is console and PC. So a lot more coming in December for all these games. If you wanted to dabble, whether you're on the console or you're on the PC or even cloud gaming. Pretty cool stuff. Anything interesting for you there, Spenlove?
I still haven't actually played Skyrim. So,
you know what's funny? Back on the 360, I started playing it, but I just kept dying, and I just started playing Gears of War or something. I just forgot it.
I think my struggle with Skyrim would be that I'd get in there and it would suddenly feel incredibly not impressive to me because I've already played The Witcher 3, which is just the better iteration of the same technologies that were finally like fully introduced in Skyrim. Skyrim is all like, yes, this is the first truly immersive open world with all of this stuff. You can go anywhere and do anything, and there's quests everywhere and stuff like that. They started that. That's cool. Good job, Skyrim. Like, no credit away from the achievement of Skyrim, but The Witcher 3 did it all better than anyone else had done it. So
I get it. Although Although, if you get the Nintendo Switch version and you have a little amiibo of Link, you can put that amiibo on and it'll bring you a chest in Skyrim, so you have the entire Link outfit and Master Sword in Skyrim.
Man,
Just saying.
How does Nintendo get this stuff? Good grief.
Isn't it awesome, the stuff that they can do? Like, oh.
They're crazy. Like, Nintendo is stealing characters from a traditionally basically only Sony series of games to slap into Smash. They got Cloud, now they've got Sephiroth. Like, they have a bunch of Capcom characters in Smash. Like,
they
Nintendo
have 2 Microsoft.
They've got Microsoft characters in there.
Banjo-Kazooie and Minecraft.
Like, what the heck, Nintendo? How do you do this?
I think everyone just wants to be their friend. Sure, we can do this. No problem.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I guess it's because, like, so many gamers have a console or a PC and a Switch.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, it's always
and back in the day, so many
of...
gamers had a console or a PC and a Wii. Like, Nintendo's always been able to be the second console for everybody, whereas Microsoft and Sony have to fight against each other and against the PC in order to get primary gamers onto their platform. But everybody's totally fine having a Nintendo device as a secondary gaming console. So, like, nobody actually wants to fight with Nintendo. I don't know. It's weird, but good for you, Nintendo. I don't know.
What's even weirder is when people complain that it's an inferior hardware, and I'm like, really? That's like, come on.
That's what you're focused on here, man?
Yeah, you're going to be sadly disappointed.
That's not why you buy a Nintendo.
No, you are clearly missing the point.
See, even Landon gets it. I'm just saying.
I mean, you buy a Nintendo for their games.
Yep.
That's the only reason you buy a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Is for their games. You buy it for Mario, you buy it for Zelda, you buy, it's those type of things, not because that's your console. That's stupid.
That, and if you really want to play Doom on there, because they just released Doom Eternal on it, so you can do that.
Wow, Vulkan is an incredible rendering. That's a can of worms. I'll leave that one closed. But seriously, listener, Vulkan, you should be encouraging all of your game developers to use it.
Please. Oh, that's fun. Well, that's kind of all the big news there. Actually, I do have one more right here. Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming in the spring on for Xbox Series X and S.
Ooh, that's going to look so good.
I know.
It's going to be pretty.
I'm so excited
so
for that.
Pretty.
Isn't that the funniest thing? Like,
put that on a HDR TV. Oh, man.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
And then you never have to travel again.
I do though.
Okay.
I do want to have the setup. Microsoft sent out the stuff where if you want to put their Microsoft headquarters, set it up as an Xbox Series X, you can. So you can fly by and it's just a Series X Redmond. I was like, that's epic. Get the refrigerator right there.
Now, can you do that with a PlayStation? Have a big, giant Eye of Sauron tower?
Yes, that would be freaking awesome.
Dude, awesome. Oh, Sony's headquarters is just a giant PS5, and that would look awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it would look like Barad-dûr. That's a great idea. I love it.
That is epic. I might have to see if anyone's done that kind of modding. That's cool. Well, that's all the gaming news that I have today. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Caleb here. Caleb, do you have any gaming news for us?
I do have some gaming news. Ooh. So first off, I just want to mention really quick, speaking of big open world RPGs that are better than Skyrim, probably, I guess, Cyberpunk 2077 actually launched. Yay!
Yay!
We got there. The darkest timeline is over.
Are you going to play that?
Yes. So I will probably play Cyberpunk 2077 after I have finished the expansions, both of them, for The Witcher 3, which I have not finished, and after I finish playing through Baldur's Gate, which I have not finished, and after I finish playing through Divinity Original Sin 2, which I have not finished. So I already own all 3 of those games, so I need to finish them before I'm going to let myself buy another 300-plus hour giant open world epic RPG. And that's kind of ignoring the fact that I also have The Outer Worlds installed on my computer because that's included with Games Pass. And I do want to play it because like it looks like a really good game, but I don't actually own that one. So it's not a requirement.
So what's actually going to happen? He says he will play this game. So we'll get back to you in about 3 or 4 years and see if it's happened.
Probably at least 3 or 4 years. But the nice thing is by that point in time, I'll be able to get a nice discount on it, you know?
Yes,
so,
it will be much cheaper.
And it will be optimized and patched and ready to go.
Yes, because it looks really good right now. But yeah, there's some bugs. There's a few bugs.
And maybe by that time you'll have a PS5.
Or
a
graphics card in my PC that can actually run the thing.
Yeah, that's true. A new computer, a new updated computer would
Yep.
probably be the more logical.
That's probably
expense.
where I'll go first. But, you know, who knows? In 3 years, I might have a PS5.
True. But I will say this, though. I want to add to that. Buyer beware. If you own a previous gen PlayStation 4 Pro or earlier, or Xbox One, I would hold off on playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
There are a lot of bugs.
There
is what
are,
we're hearing.
There are a lot of bugs. And, you know, also buyer beware. This is, I mean, I have seen a lot of games that earn their rated M for mature title in a lot of ways. Typically it's gore of some kind, you know, like gore seems to be a pretty common, this is why it's rated M thing, like Doom Eternal. Those are both rated M for gore. And fair enough. But I don't know if this is just me being desensitized to it. That has never really. But Cyberpunk 2077 has ticked every single box on why the game is rated mature. So, listener, if you are a parent and your child comes to you and they're all like, hey, I want to play Cyberpunk 2077. You should buy it for me. And they are under the age of 18. Just laugh at them. Just laugh. Because that's what no, don't.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Buyer beware on that one too.
So, speaking of graphics cards that might actually be able to run Cyberpunk 2077 at a good frame rate at high, detail levels, or that you might even be able to turn on ray tracing for if you're okay with like 30 FPS. The Radeon RX 6900 XT has launched. So that means we're finally wrapping up the most crowded launch season for high-end GPUs in recent memory. It is set to compete directly against the RTX 3090 from Nvidia, kind of. And the 6900 XT maintains the same physical size, cooler design, clock speeds, memory layout, and actual GPU core as the 6800 XT. So it basically just has a few more compute units enabled in better binned silicon so that it can run a little bit more consistently at higher clock speeds. So that doesn't necessarily sound too special, to me anyways, but in layman's terms, listener, because we all know that I'm only saying big words so that they'll keep me on the podcast and occasionally throw me some food. The 6900 XT does not actually beat the 3090 in production workloads like video rendering or ray-traced gaming. In both of those cases, the 3090 handily outperforms it. On the flip side, it does trade blows with it and occasionally beats the 3090 in regular old rasterized gaming, so not ray-traced stuff, just regular stuff. The poor performance in those more niche cases would be a problem for AMD, but the card is also supposed to retail for $1,000 versus the 3090, $1,500, so that's pretty good, and it's actually quite good value if you just want a beastly card for normal rasterized gaming that doesn't have all of NVIDIA's bells and whistles. That said, it is 2020, so you can't actually buy either of them. So I don't, whatevs.
These are just announcement things anyway, so
basically these graphics cards are more theoretical at this point than actual products. So there you go, listener.
Oof.
But it does look like a good card. It is nice to see AMD finally existing in the high end and have like releasing cards that you're not an idiot for buying for gaming. So that's good. I'm quite happy with that.
No, it really is. Competition. We need it. AMD is crushing Intel anyway, but
yes. Yes. I don't know if they're really crushing Nvidia. I don't think Nvidia was sitting on their laurels quite as much as Intel had been. But that being said, I do kind of hate Nvidia at the moment for different reasons. So moving on to my next piece of news, this is just kind of a quick mention, listener, because you might hear about this, we don't really talk about scandals and stuff on Calling All Platforms because the vast majority of like scandals don't really have anything to do with what we're actually here to talk about, which is tech platforms. That said, there is actually kind of a scandal rocking the tech world right now. So you may have heard or seen something about this, and I just want to make sure that we mention it. Nvidia has blacklisted an independent reviewer of products, tech products, apparently because he wasn't talking about ray tracing enough in his reviews of the RTX 3000 series GPUs. They basically sent him an email and were all like, you don't get any Founders Edition cards anymore because you weren't talking about the stuff that really matters to gamers, that gamers really care about, that is ray tracing. You're spending too much time talking about rasterized gaming, which makes up 99.9% of all games that you can play.
Yep.
Because nobody cares about that. Everybody cares about ray tracing because we're up to like 45 games that can actually do that. So... okay, thanks, NVIDIA. Various tech YouTubers have already responded to this in quite a bit more detail than what I have said. So if you want details on exactly what happened and on exactly why it is stupid, you can go to creators like Linus Tech Tips and Jay's 2 Cents. They will give you... in fact, Linus is from Linus Tech Tips on his WAN show, which is a weekly show they do. He did probably a good 35 minutes worth of ranting about this specific thing. Like, and it's a live show, and he used the F word prolifically. But because it's a live show on YouTube, he doesn't want to get blacklisted by the algorithm, so he has to bleep out his own F words as he's saying them. So every time he used it, it was deliberate because he was having to push a button to beep it out in the live stream. So like it was very deliberate and actually quite entertaining to watch, but also very informative from the perspective of somebody who has made his living as an independent tech reviewer and very much knows how the industry works on that side of things. So if you want details, go to places like that. I just want to take this opportunity to remind everyone that giant corporations are not and cannot be your friends. You paid for the products you have, and you owe them nothing.
Yeah.
You paid. You gave them the money. That was what you owed. You're done. That transaction is over. They are not your friends. They don't care about you. And in the world of consumer technology, independent reviewers who have the freedom to report whatever they want actually are your friends. So honestly, my consumer advice here is to go onto YouTube and subscribe to Hardware Unboxed, who is the creator that was blacklisted. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Fair enough. Good information. Definitely take a look if you're interested, dear listener. All right. I'm going to assume that's all our gaming news, but I'm going to ask Landon if he's got one more thing of gaming news. Oh, yeah. I know what that sound means. He's got something. Landon, what you got?
Oh, yeah. All right. So, listener, if you happen to be one of 10 people that are using Stadia...
Is it that bad?
Probably.
No, it's not. I don't think it's quite that bad. I mean, people that do use it seem to really like it. But I don't know. I think most people are hesitant because it's Google and they tend to kill things after 2 or 3 years. Or they let it live for 5 to 10 years and don't do anything with it after 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, Google Plus. Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyways, so one of the big features for Stadia when they first announced it a year ago was the ability to live stream to YouTube and be able to get comments and all that fun stuff that comes along with live streaming. That is finally available.
Yay.
If you're playing on the web.
Yep.
So this is not available if you are playing on your phone or Chromecast or Google TV or any of that type of thing. It is available, though, if you are playing through the Chrome browser on your PC or Chromebook or something of that sense. But it is now, at least it is now available. And from what I understand, it works just like how you would expect it to. And that's good. You would hope so because, you know, Google owns both platforms. You'd think they would make this work well.
Yeah.
Yay, good.
So, I mean, I really think this should have been there at day one.
Yes.
Because they own both platforms and can make it work. But the problem is that different departments at Google don't talk to each other. I don't know why.
Sounds like an old Microsoft.
I mean, yes. I mean, the reason like why Google Assistant is so different on every platform that it's on is because the people that work on Google Assistant don't talk to the people that work on the hardware. And
Yeah.
And same thing with like Android. The people that work on Android don't talk to the people that work on the Pixel phones. Why? I don't know. It's just the way it is for some stupid reason. But that feature is finally there. I think this is what probably a lot of people were waiting for. Because, I mean, yes, I get why you would go to Stadia just to play games because it's a very easy, portable solution. And it's also something you don't have to buy a ton of hardware for, if any hardware for, really.
Yeah.
But for the people that really care, they also care about streaming games. So having that feature finally available could bring in more people and hopefully will for them.
Yeah. I honestly think the way that it might work to bring people in, and I actually did see a couple of like live streams on YouTube from some creators that were opening up the game to their audience so that basically anybody in the audience could go download Stadia and get a free trial and do the game and play with them. So that is probably going to do quite a bit for getting people involved.
I mean, that's what everyone was so excited about when they first announced it.
Yeah.
You can stream to YouTube very easily, but yes, you can also have people there jump in and play with you. So you could have the opportunity to play with your favorite gamer that you would never get the opportunity to play with up until now. You know, I mean, and they could probably make it a way so it's like, okay, if you pay me this money, you can play with me, and that's fine. That's probably going to be what ends up happening.
Right, like only subscribers get to play or whatever, but
right. But you still get that opportunity relatively easily. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that picking up more just general users, people that are interested, that are watching these streamers already. They'd be like, "Oh, I can play. Okay, I'll download Stadia. I'll do the free trial, and then maybe it keeps them on. Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe
it's a way to get more eyes on the product, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, good for them.
That's all my gaming news.
That's pretty good news. It's bad because I always forget about Stadia. I really do. I feel so bad.
You know,
not that I'm against it. I forget.
I do too until I see an article about it, but that I'm not a gamer, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
Heck, I'd probably forget about the Xbox half the time until I see an article because I just don't care.
And you know, it's true.
Wes.
You're just not in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Although I do get some emails sometimes because I subscribe to the YouTube Premium, and that was for the premium, but also the music and everything. I always get little things like, "Hey, 3 months of Stadia," and I'm like, I might use that, and then move on.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I think Google needs to take all these services and do what Apple has done and make a subscription bundle of some sort. If you combine the 85 different subscriptions to YouTube that you can do with Stadia, then that would be a good idea. You know, make it a $20, $25 a month thing. You get YouTube Premium, you get Stadia or whatever, or throw in Google One or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're
right.
right.
Do something
I actually
like that.
can't even imagine how many more subscribers Apple Arcade has now that it's bundled in with the subscription things.
Yeah.
Like guaranteed.
Yeah. Same thing with Apple TV for that matter.
Probably, yeah. Because I mean,
guarantee their Apple TV subscribers doubled overnight because of this. Because people are like, oh, I already use iCloud, so I'll just do that one. And boom, free Apple TV.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Which is actually me. So, because I was totally going to let my free year lapse here in the next couple months, but nope. Now it's part of my subscription, and I'm paying $1 less a month than I was before. So,
yeah, bonus
worked out.
Yeah, maybe they could do something like that. But, all right, well, I think that's all the news that we have for today. Dear listener, thank you so much for listening. And if you want to get a hold of us, you get a hold of us on our social media platforms, as well as our website at callingallplatforms.com. You can check out some of our videos over on YouTube. And, dear listener, have a good week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Calling All Platforms is a production of Supporter Sound Studios. To learn more about how you can support the podcast, go to www.patreon.com/callingallplatforms.